Hello, everyone. Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you our 1980 Action PC football tournament. And this is a play-in game between the New Orleans Saints, the worst team in football in 1980, 1-15, taking on the Houston Oilers, who were 11-5 and were a wild card team. The winner will advance to the Sweet 16. Four teams with automatic bids to the Sweet 16 are the Buffalo Bills at 11-5, the Cleveland Browns at 11-5, the Philadelphia Eagles at 12-4, and the Dallas Cowboys at 12-4. So without any further ado, let's go to the starting lineups. For the Saints and the Oilers. And the game will be taking place at the Astrodome. At running backs for the visiting New Orleans Saints, Galbraith and Holmes. The wideouts are Chandler and Harris. The tight end is Childs. Quarterback is Archie Manning. The tackles are Brock and Taylor. The guards are Stewart and Zanders. The center is Hill. For Houston on the offensive side of the ball, the running backs are Earl Campbell and Rob Carpenter. The wideouts are Renfro and Johnson. The tight end, a very good one, Barber. The quarterback is Kenny Stabler, the Snake, who was traded from the Raiders to the Oilers in 1980. The tackles are Gray and Towns. The guards are Fisher and Young. And the center is Muchek. Oh boy, I remembered how to pronounce this guy's name. I just messed it up. Is Mock. I don't think that's the right name. Anyway, we'll figure it out as we go. On defense, the defensive ends for the Saints, Grooms, Reese. The tackles, Moore and Fultz. The outside linebackers, Bordelin and Mathis. Middle linebacker, Federspell. The cornerbacks, Waymer and Ray. The safeties, Myers and Brown. For the Oilers on defense, the defensive ends, Bethea and Doris. The tackles, defensively, Kennard and Stensrud. The outside linebackers, Brazil and Washington. The middle linebacker, Bingham. The cornerbacks, Stemrick and Wilson. The safeties, Perry and Renfeld. The Saints won the toss, elect to receive. And let's get that screen up there for you. There we go. And the ball game will be on the way in a moment. I will be playing as the New Orleans Saints. I will always play as the lower seed. The computer will always play as the higher seed unless it's the New England Patriots, and then I will play as the New England Patriots all the time. So here's the kickoff, and we'll put the return on. And here comes the return, and that's a quick... Ooh.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
So the 20-yard return is nullified. Already the Saints shoot themselves in the foot with an illegal block. And they'll start 1st and 10 in the shadow of their own end zone on their 7. So Archie Manning at quarterback. Split backfield of Galbraith and Holmes. Wideouts Chandler and Harris. The tight end Childs. Looks like Houston's in a 4-3. And we're going to go to Chandler on a short hitch. Manning's going to audible. And he's going to go medium fly to Chandler. Manning back to pass. Complete to Chandler. And that he is brought down by Stemrick. But that was a gain of 15. Good audible by Archie Manning. And it'll be 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 22. And going out on the play is Holmes. It looks like he'll be back in a few plays. So 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 22. Manning again under center. And we're going to go short hitch. And complete to Harris. He's got a first down and more. He's zigging and zagging. That's going to be a big gainer. Finally brought down from behind by Wilson. So Archie Manning and the New Orleans Saints hoping to get those bags off their fans' heads. And 2 passes, 67 yards. 1st and 10 in Houston territory on the 26. Manning feeling very confident here. Again, under center. Wideouts Chandler and Harris. Running backs Holmes and Galbraith. The tight end is Childs. And let's go to Galbraith here. Tony Galbraith, excellent receiving back. And we're going to go short to the flat to Tony Galbraith. And he dumps it to Galbraith. Galbraith has a lot of running room, breaks 1 tackle, but finally brought down by Brazil, the linebacker. So Manning 3 for 3 for 82 yards, and it's 1st and 10 on the Houston 11. Up to the line of scrimmage comes Archie Manning and the Saints. Jack Holmes. I don't like that play. Actually, we're going to go... No, don't like that play at all. Going to go back to Chandler. And a short out to Chandler. Manning back to pass looking. It's Chandler! And Chandler's in the end zone. Touchdown Saints! Manning goes 4 for 4 on the drive. 93 yards and the touchdown pass to Wes Chandler. Chandler on that drive, 2 receptions, 26 yards, and the TD. Unbelievable. As the Saints march right down. And here's the replay for that. Manning back to pass, the quick out. Chandler makes the catch and goes in. They set up for the extra point, the snap, the kick, and it is good. 7-0 Saints. So now the Saints will set up their kick return team. The kickoff team. Ricardo will kick it off. Deep for the Oilers. Roaches. And short, Groff and Barber. Here's the kickoff by the Saints. Ricardo nails it. And it's fielded around the 5. A pretty good return of 22 yards by Roaches. And he's brought down by Parker. So Ken Stabler and the Houston Oilers come out 1st and 10 on their 26, trailing by a touchdown. Stabler under center, split backfield, Earl Campbell and Rob Carpenter. The wideouts, Renfro and Billy White Shoes Johnson. The tight end is Barber. This is a very good Houston Oilers team in 1980. And we're going to key Earl Campbell. We're going to play a 3-4 actually. No, we're going to play a 4-3, and we're going to key Earl Campbell. And it's a handoff to Campbell, and he's quickly brought down. A fumble is forced. Who's recovered it? New Orleans has it. Oh, my Lord, is everything going right for the Saints? The Saints have come marching in to the Houston Astrodomes, and they're putting a whooping on the Oilers right at this moment. The big hit by Derland Moore. And the recovery of the fumble by Reese. So Archie Manning and the Saints offense back out on the field here at the Astrodome. 1st and 10 on the Houston 27. The 1 and 15 Saints looking to play their way in to the Sweet 16. A Cinderella story right now. And again, Chandler and Harris are the wideouts. Galbraith and Holmes in the backfield. The tight end is Childs. Let's go Galbraith here. Screen pass to Tony Galbraith. Archie Manning. And he dumps it to Galbraith. Galbraith has some blockers, but quickly closed down by the front 7 of the Oilers. The tackle will be credited to Robert Brazil. Hello, Herb Pilgrim. Hope all is well. This is our 1980 one and done tournament, NFL style. And this is a play-in game between the 1-15 Saints and the 11-5 Houston Oilers. And we have 2nd and 8. That was only a 2-yard gain as the front seven quickly closed on Tony Galbraith for the Oilers. So 2nd and 8. Archie Manning and the Saints have exclusively gone to the pass. They're going to look for Chandler once again. Short slant to Wes Chandler. Here comes a blitz. Chandler splits the middle, and he'll have a first down. That's a gain of 12, and he was tripped up by Stemrick. Oh, wow. Archie Manning is on. And that's Chandler's 3rd reception for 38 yards. Manning has not thrown an incomplete pass yet. So it is 1st and 10 from the Houston 13. Again, Manning and the Saints break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to go dive play to Holmes. First run, and Holmes is smothered by the front seven. The tackle will be credited to Greg Bingham. He did pick up 2 tough yards. Looks like Archie Manning and the Saints trying to keep them honest here. So 2nd and 8 from the Houston 11. Short to the flat to Tony Galbraith. Manning back to pass, and that's knocked away by the safety Mike Renfeld. He almost picked it. It could have been a pick 6. As Herb Pilgrim in the chat says, Campbell was a monster on the gridiron. Yes, but he fumbled. He took a big pop from Reese, and Moreland recovered it for the Saints. So now it is a 3rd and 8. A field goal from here is 67% chance of Ricardo making it. So 3rd and 8, and I think we're going to go 3 wideouts, 1 running back, and it will be Rich Mutai will come in. The lone back is Tony Galbraith. Manning under center. And no, I thought about a bootleg for a second. That's a bad idea, Al. Yeah, let's look for Mutai. Mutai in the short hitch. Manning back to pass. He's under pressure. He throws. Dumps it down to Galbraith. Galbraith slants in for the touchdown. He breaks a tackle. And the Saints have come marching in. You can hear the boos from the Oilers fans here at the Astrodome. It's now 13-0. Archie Manning. Holy cow. What a start Archie Manning has had as he throws his 2nd touchdown pass. The Saints take advantage of the turnover by Earl Campbell, and let's watch that touchdown. Archie Manning under tremendous pressure, good movement, gets out of the pocket, hits Galbraith out of the backfield, and Galbraith goes in for the score. He now has 3 receptions for 28 yards and a TD. Archie Manning's now 7 of 8 for 118 yards, and Oilers fans are in shock, as well as the Oilers sideline. Here comes the extra point attempt. The snap, the place, the kick, it's up and good. 14-0 New Orleans. Holy cow. With 10:33 to play in the first quarter, here's the kickoff. Ricardo will kick deep. And Roches is back. The short men are Groff and Barber. Here's the kickoff by the Saints. And here comes a return, and that's going to be past the 30, so that was a 27-yard return by Roches, and he was brought down by Spivey. And here comes Ken Stabler, and the Houston offense once again trailing by 2 scores now against the 1-15 New Orleans Saints. Stabler's under center. Split backfield of Campbell and Rob Carpenter. The wideouts Billy White Shoes Johnson and Renfro. The tight end, a good one, Mike Barber. New Orleans will stay in a 4-3, and they're going to key Campbell on the run. Stabler back to pass, and that ball's batted away by Tom Myers. It was intended for Barber on a medium hitch. The Saints have come marching in. So it's 2nd and 10 from the Houston 32. I formation now. Carpenter, the up back, Campbell behind him. Again, Renfro and Johnson, the wideouts. The tight end, Barber, to the top of the screen. New Orleans will play their defensive line in 4-3 alignment. And it's 2nd and 10. And we're going to, again, key Earl Campbell the run. And what happened?
Interference.
Oh,
Defense.
pass interference.
Number 44, automatic first down.
So the ball was deflected away, but there was pass interference as Stabler was looking for Renfro on the slant. As Herb Pilgrim says, wrong uniform for the Snake. Yeah, that was a trade. Remember that trade? They sent Pastorini to the Raiders for Stabler. So it's 1st and 10 thanks to the penalty on the Houston 41 for the Oilers. Split backfield, Campbell and Carpenter, the wideouts. Renfro and Johnson, the tight end, once again. Barber. We'll stick with our 4-3. And we're going to key Earl Campbell on the run. And they're giving to Carpenter on a counter. Carpenter with a huge run.
Motion. Offense.
Oh!
82, 5-yard penalty.
So Carpenter on the counter picks up 21 yards, but it's going to be nullified on the illegal motion by Renfro, and we will accept it. So they each exchange penalties here, and that backs up the Oilers to their 36, and it's now 1st and 15. Split backfield again with Campbell and Carpenter, 2 wideouts and the tight end, the usual suspects. New Orleans will key Campbell on the run, and again it's a counter to Carpenter, and he is brought down after only a 3-yard gain by Federspiel, and that will be Joe Federspiel's first tackle. They didn't have the same success on the counter as they did the previous play. I formation now for the Oilers. Stabler under center. The up back is Carpenter. Behind him is Earl Campbell. 2nd and 12 from the Houston 39. 2 wideouts and a tight end. New Orleans will play their defensive line in. And again, we're going to key Campbell. And it's a quick hitter to Billy White Shoes Johnson. And he picks up 9 yards, brought down by Ray. So they have not gone to Campbell since he fumbled the ball in his first carry. Here comes a big 3rd and 3 on the Houston 48 as they approach midfield. I formation again. The up back is Carpenter. Behind him, the Mewing bowling ball wrecking machine, Earl Campbell. He did fumble on his first carry. The wideouts Johnson and Renfro. The tight end Barber. Houston will play their defensive line in. Tight man coverage. And again, key Campbell. The ball's given to Campbell! He's crossed that first down marker, and he has it! 4-yard gain. Good, tough running up the middle by Earl Campbell. And it's 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 48. 8:34 to play in the first quarter. 14-0 New Orleans. Stabler under center barks out the signals. 4-3 for the Saints. Defensive line in. They'll key Campbell again. Stabler back to pass. The Snake fires. And incomplete. Too high for Barber, the tight end. He was trying to get Barber on the long cross. So that brings up 2nd and 10 from the 48. Stabler in shotgun. Flanked on each side by Campbell and Carpenter. The wideouts, Johnson and Renfro. The tight end to the lower portion of the screen is Mike Barber. Defensive line will play out. And we're going to blitz our inside middle linebacker, Federspiel. And we're going to play tight man and pass. And here comes the blitz. They pick it up. And Ray backs. Oh! On the deflection! Billy White Shoes Johnson makes the catch. As Ray batted the ball, but on the deflection, White Shoes Johnson makes the catch, picks up 11 yards, and Ray makes the tackle. Going off the field is Reese, and he'll be out for a few plays. What a play there by Billy White Shoes Johnson. The ball was deflected. He reached back with his single hand and pulled it in. Let's watch that replay. Shotgun, there it is. It's deflected, and right there, Billy White Shoes Johnson makes the catch, brought down by Ray. 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 37. Oilers trail 14-0, 7:44 to play in the first quarter. Again, Stabler in shotgun, flanked by Campbell and Carpenter. The wideouts, Johnson and Renfro. The tight end is Barber. And Moore will come out for Bennett. Give him a breather. And Flutz will come out for Price. For New Orleans, again, we'll stay with our 4-3. And we're gonna play a man coverage pass. And Stabler back the pass over the middle. He hits Barber. Myers brings him down 1 yard short of the first down. That was a 9-yard gain on the medium cross to Mike Barber. That's his first reception for 9 yards. And that will bring up a 2nd and 1 from the New Orleans 28. Stabler goes under center, split backfield, Campbell and Carpenter. They can now go to a 2 tight end set of Barber and Casper, 2 really tremendous good tight ends. Casper coming to an end of his career, though. And the lone wideout is Renfro. We're going to play our defensive line normal. Tight man. And we're going to key Campbell. The ball's given to Campbell, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And now they're going to say no gain. He just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage as the front 7 of the Saints come up huge. The tackle will be credited to Reggie Mathis. So now 3rd and 1 from the New Orleans 28. A field goal attempt here is a 70% chance that Houston will make it. But I don't think they want the field goal. They trail by 2 scores, 14-0. The Saints will play their defensive line in. I formation, Carpenter the up back. Stabler's under center, and Campbell's behind him. Again, 2 tight end set with Barber and Casper. The lone wideout is Renfro. And we're going to play tight man once again. Key Campbell. And Campbell bashes up the middle for 4 yards and a first. Tough running by Earl Campbell. Brought down by Grooms, and that's Grooms' first tackle. So 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 24, 6:14 to play in the first quarter. The 1-15 Saints have a 14-0 lead over the 11-5 Oilers in this play-in game. The winner goes to the Sweet 16. This is our one-and-done 1980 Action PC football tournament. I formation again. Carpenter the up back, Campbell behind him. Saints key Campbell. Here's the run by Campbell. Brought down by Price as Campbell went off tackle right. And he picks up 6 yards. He's starting to get those engines revving. And that's Price's first tackle. And we continue to give our other defensive tackles a breather. 2nd and 4 from the New Orleans 18. Split backfield. Campbell and Carpenter. Johnson and Renfro, the wideouts. Barber, the tight end. 2nd and 4. And we're going to play short zone, run. And it's a draw to Carpenter, and Borderland brings him down. He only picks up 2 as a zone quickly closed in on Carpenter. And that's Ken Borderland's first tackle. And it brings up a 3rd and 2 from the New Orleans 16 with 4:45 left in the first quarter. I formation, Carpenter the up back, Campbell behind him. Johnson and Renfro, the wideouts. Barber, the tight end, to the top of the screen. Saints go with a 4-3 defensive line in. Run support by Brown, the safety. And tight man. 3rd and 2. They're going to key Campbell. The ball's given to Campbell, and he goes to his right, picks up 6 and a first down. Good blocking up front by the Oilers. On the off tackle right, Don Reese brings him down, and that's Reese's first tackle, so it's 1st and 10. 1st and goal, from the New Orleans 10. They have to punch it in. I thought there was a slight chance of getting a first down, but they say no. And let's bring Moore back in for Bennett. And Flutz back in for Price. And our defensive end Reese is tiring. So let's bring Hart in. And Grooms is tiring. Oh, it's a big drop off. We're going to bring Parker in. Oh, no pitcher for Parker. Didn't know. That's okay. So 1st and goal from the New Orleans 10. Oilers trying to get on the board here, trailing 14-0 with 4:04 to play in the first quarter. Split backfield, and in the backfield now, with Carpenter to give Campbell a breather, is Wilson. So it's Wilson and Carpenter split backfield. The wideouts are Johnson and Renfrow, and the tight end continues to be Barber. Short zone. Basic. Back to pass. Stabler dumps it down to Carpenter, and he's wrapped up and brought to the turf by Borderland. That's his 2nd tackle, and that was a pickup of 4 as the snake went to Rob Carpenter. And it's now 2nd and goal from the New Orleans 6. Again, split backfield of Wilson and Rob Carpenter. Earl Campbell continues to get some oxygen on the sideline. The wideouts, Billy White Shoes Johnson and Renfrow. The tight end to the top of the screen, Mike Barber. Tight man. Let's double Barber on a medium pass. Double Barber on a medium. Double Barber, the tight end. Oh, that's Johnson. Double Barber on the medium. Tight man. And we're going to play pass. Stabler back to pass. Looking. Deflected by Myers. They were going to Barber on the short cross. But our double team came up quickly. And Tom Myers, that's his 2nd deflection. Great play by Myers. And it's now 3rd and goal from the 6. And again, split backfield of Wilson and Carpenter. Campbell still taking a breather on the bench. The wideouts, White Shoes Johnson and Renfrow. Mike Barber's the tight end now to the bottom of the screen. And we're going to again play our defensive line normal. We're going to spy Stabler with on our middle linebacker, Federspiel. Tight man. And again, we're going to double Barber on the medium. And we're going to play pass. Stabler back to pass, looking over the middle! Looking for Barber, incomplete. The double team works once again. And here comes the kick team. So great job by the Saints defense. They hold. And now the Oilers hoping to put 3 points on the board with 2:39 left in the first quarter. The New Orleans Saints, in a shocker so far, 14. The Oilers, nothing. And we're going to go with watch the fakes. Here's the kick, and it is good. Tony Frisch makes the 23-yard field goal attempt, and the Oilers are on the board with 2:36 to play in the first quarter. New Orleans 14, Houston 3, and Frisch will now kick off. Deep for the Saints is Rogers, Shortman are Mutai, and Wilson. We put the return on. Here's the kickoff. And here comes the return by the Saints, and that's past the 20. Rogers has a 21-yard return. He was brought down by Hartwig. And here comes Archie Manning, and Archie Manning's been in fuego. Manning, let's quickly give you his numbers on the first 2 drives. 7 of 8 for 118 yards and 2 touchdown passes. 1 to Chandler, 1 to Galbraith. Manning under center, split backfield of Galbraith. Let's get Holmes out of there. Let's see who else we have in here. Rogers. Let's put Rogers in. Gives us a little running game. Jimmy Rogers will come in. So it's going to be Jimmy Rogers and Galbraith in the split backfield. Rogers 41, Galbraith 34. Archie Manning, number 8, under center. And again, the wideouts will be Chandler and Harris. The tight end is Childs. And we're going to go trap. Let's take a look at Rogers, and we're going to go trap right with Jimmy Rogers. There's Jimmy Rogers, and he's brought down by Andy Doris. That's Doris's first tackle for the Oilers, but he picks up 3 yards. Again, the Saints trying to keep the Oilers' defense honest. They've been throwing the ball in almost every play. And it's 2nd and 7 now from the New Orleans 25. Split backfield once again, Rogers and Galbraith. Chandler and Harris the wideouts. The tight end is Childs. Manning under center. Short slant to Chandler. Manning completes it to Chandler, and Stemrick brings him down. Just short of the first down. 6-yard gain. So Greg Stemrick saves the first down for the moment. And that's Wes Chandler's 4th reception for 44 yards. He does have a TD. So it is 3rd and 1. And we're going to go with 3 wideouts and 1 running back. Mutai comes in. Galbraith will go out. Rogers will be the lone back. So it's 3rd and 1, Archie Manning under center. Manning will call his own number. They're keying that. We're going to stick with it. Manning up the middle on the dive play. Breaks a tackle. Cuts to his left. He picks up 16 yards. Archie Manning doing it all. First down on the New Orleans 47. Great job by Archie Manning. Calling his own number. Watch this replay. Bam! Cuts to the left. Finally brought down by Greg Bingham. And that's Bingham's 2nd tackle. So it is 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 47. The Saints on the march once again. Approaching Oiler territory. 1:04 left in the first quarter. It is 14-3. Saints looking for the big upset in the play-in game to the Sweet 16. We'll stick with the 3 wideouts. Mutai, Chandler, and Harris. The lone back behind Archie Manning is Rogers. It's going to be a run for Rogers, and it's going to be an off tackle right. And there goes Rogers off tackle right. Looks like he struggled, and he drags a couple of defenders. He picks up 5. And that will be the end of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of football, the Saints 14, the Oilers 3. The Saints driving for more. Again, we'll stick with our 3 wideout set of Mutai, Chandler, and Harris, the lone back. Is Rogers. And that is Jimmy Rogers. The tight end is Harris. Manning under center. Again, they're going to give the ball to Rogers. And once again, off tackle right. There goes Rogers. And Rogers picks up 3. And that will leave a 3rd and 2 from the Houston 45. So 3rd and 2. Manning and the Saints will stay in the 3 wideout set. Jimmy Rogers again will be the back. Rogers, trap right. They're keying that. Manning is going to audible out of it and go medium fly to Wes Chandler. And he fires, and it's batted away as he checked down. He was looking for the medium fly, but then he checked down. Who did he check down to? Childs. And it was incomplete. incomplete, batted away by Renfeld. So now it is 4th and 2 on the Houston 45, and we're going to punt. I should have stuck with the run. I shouldn't have audibled out of that, but we will punt. And here comes Russell Ergzelbin, and he's going to... Roaches is back for the punt return. And we're going to punt deep. Here's the snap and the punt. And Roaches will field it, and he's brought down at the 15 after an 11-yard return. Tackled by Pizrick. And in the chat we have RNGIDP. Hello, Craig, as he says Ola. And Ola, back at you, my friend. Hope all is well. So 14:07 left before the half. The Saints looking for the upset to advance to the Sweet 16. The 1-15 Saints taking on the 11-5 Houston Oilers. 1st and 10 for the Snake, Kenny Stabler. And the Oilers, they come out with a 2 tight end set. So it's going to be Casper and Barber, the tight ends. Split backfield of Campbell and Rob Carpenter. The lone wideout is Renfro. And we're going to play our 4-3. And we're going to bring Brown up for run support. And Federspiel is not going to spy the quarterback on this. And we're going to play short zone, run Campbell. And there goes Campbell, and Campbell is smothered for a 2-yard loss. Tremendous effort by the front seven for the Saints. Tackle goes to Mike Flutz, and that is his first tackle. And it will be 2nd and 12 from the Houston 12-yard line. Again, split backfield of Campbell and Carpenter. They go to the 2 wide out set of Johnson and Renfro. The tight end, Mike Barber, to the top of the screen. The Snake, Kenny Stabler, under center. We're going to stick with our 4-3. We're going to spy with our middle linebacker, Federspiel. Tight man coverage. Pass. And it's Campbell! As Campbell goes to the right, puts his shoulder down, picks up 9 yards. As Mathis held on for dear life to stop him. And that's Mathis's 3rd tackle. Campbell now 8 carries, 28 yards. As Morristown just blew open a huge hole on the off tackle right for Earl Campbell, the human bowling ball. And it brings up 3rd and 3 from the Houston 21. Joining us in the chat, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Hello, Anthony. Hope all is well. Check out that wonderful channel, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Also, check out RNGIDP with Craig. 2 wonderful retro sports channels. Kenny the Snake Stabler's in shotgun, flanked on each side by Campbell and Carpenter. The 2 wideouts, Billy Whiteshoes Johnson and Renfro. And Mike Barber, the tight end, to the bottom of the screen. It is 3rd and 3. I'm sensing draw to Carpenter here. We're actually going to play our defensive line out. Federspiel will continue to spy Stabler. We're going to play tight man. He likes to go to his tight end here. We've doubled up. We're going to continue to double Mike Barber. And we'll double on the medium and hope our guy can close like he did last time if it's a short pass. All right, and we're going to play pass. It's a snap, shotgun snap. Stabler rolls out, tries to hit Johnson. Good coverage. Incomplete. The Saints hold once again. Holy cow. As Bleacher Bums Gaming, and that's Anthony, says, Bum Phillips needs to impart some fire and brimstone in the team at halftime. I hope not. I'm coaching the Saints, but you are correct. All right, here comes the punt. Let's not hit the punter. We're going to put the punt return on. There's a snap and the punt. And, oh, it's a pretty good return as Mutai picks up 17 yards, zigging and zagging, finally brought down by Hartwig. And the Saints will start 1st and 10 on the Houston 44. Archie Manning under center, 12:27 to go in the half, 14-3 Saints looking for the upset and advancing to the Sweet 16. Remember, the 4 teams that got automatic bids to the Sweet 16, the Cleveland Browns, Buffalo Bills, Philadelphia Eagles, and Dallas Cowboys. Everyone else has to play their way in, the Saints being the worst team of the lot. And we're going to go to our 3 wide out set. That seemed to work pretty good for us. Jimmy Rogers again in the backfield, except I think we're going to go to Galbraith. So Tony Galbraith comes in, Archie Manning under center, Mutai and Chandler to the top of the screen, and Harris to the bottom are the wideouts. Childs is the tight end. And we're going to go play action fake. Childs. Short slant. Manning play action fake. And what happened? Oh, he tried to dump it down to Galbraith, and Brazil just destroyed him on the hit. And Galbraith drops the ball. That's his first drop. So Brazil taking his frustration out on Tony Galbraith. And it's now 2nd and 10 from the Houston 44. Galbraith will come out of the game. Rogers will come back in. Jimmy Rogers. Again, the 3 wideouts with the tight end. Manning under center. Off tackle right, Jimmy Rogers. And good blocking. He picks up 3 tough yards as Brazil again taking his frustration out on a New Orleans Saint. And that's Brazil, Robert Brazil's 3rd tackle. It is now 3rd and 7 from the Houston 41. They're out of field goal range. Tony Galbraith will come back in the game. So Galbraith back in the game. Mutai and Chandler, the wideouts to the top of the screen. Harris, the wideout to the bottom of the screen. Tight end is Childs. Galbraith is an 8 receiver. Galbraith will go out wide. Manning now goes into shotgun. Let's see if we can get a mismatch here with Galbraith. And Galbraith will go on the short slant. And he dumps. What a read by Manning. Galbraith was covered. He goes to Harris, his secondary receiver, gain of 29. And once again, Archie Manning and the Saints are marching towards the end zone. Bingham makes the touchdown-saving tackle. And that's Ike Harris's 2nd reception, and he has 81 yards. Let's watch Archie Manning at work. Watch this replay. The slant's covered. Bam, he hits Harris. And Bingham makes the touchdown-saving tackle. But it's now 1st and 10 on the Houston 14. Manning will go under center. Galbraith will stay in the backfield. Again, we'll stick with the 3 wideouts. Draw. Tony Galbraith. And there's a draw. Galbraith! That quick move, that hole was quickly swallowed up by the Oilers' front 7 as Kennard puts the boom on Galbraith. That's his first tackle. So it's 2nd and 8. So actually, he picked up 2 yards. I thought he only had 1. He picked up 2, and that was Tony Galbraith's first carry. So 2nd and 8 from the Houston 10. Saints can get a first down at the 2. Look for Mutai here. Short hitch to Mutai. Manning completes the Mutai. He breaks a tackle. He's in. Touchdown Saints. Archie Manning has just thrown his 3rd touchdown pass. And this one to Rich Mutai. And New Orleans is now up 20-3 as we await the extra point. Holy cow. And here comes Ricardo. Here's the snap to place, and it just sneaks in the upright. It's 21-0 to the sounds of silence here at the Astrodome. The fans are in so much shock, they're not even booing. As Benny Ricardo makes his third extra point. And now we'll set up to kick off. Deep is Roaches for Houston. Short, Groff, and Barber. 10:43 to play in the half. Here's the kick. Ricardo boots it deep, fielded around the 5, and finally brought down after a 19-yard return is Roaches. Tackle credited to Weimer. And here comes the snake, and the Oilers have been snake bitten by the Saints. The Saints have exercised their demon so far of their 1-15 season. 1st and 10 for Stabler and the Oilers from their 24. Split backfield, Campbell and Carpenter. The wideouts, Billy White, Shoes Johnson, top of the screen. Lower portion of the screen, Renfro. The tight end, Barber. Lower portion of the screen. Oilers need to get something going here. Saints will go to their 4-3. Fitterspiel will not spy the quarterback. And we're going to play run Campbell. And Stabler pitches out to Carpenter, and Carpenter gets the outside, picks up 5, brought down on a hard hit by Ken Bordelin, and that's Bordelin's third tackle, but it brings up a 2nd and 5 from the Houston 29. And now they come to with a 2 tight end set, Casper and Barber. The lone wideout is Renfro. Stabler under center, split backfield, Campbell and Carpenter. We're going to bring Brown up for run support. Short zone, basic. And it's a give to Campbell. Campbell goes to his left. Picks up 4 yards. Brought down by Steve Parker. That's Parker's second tackle. As they went trap left with Earl Campbell. Brings up a crucial 3rd and 1. And let's get our better defensive ends in. Let's bring Grooms back in. And Reese. Split backfield. We're going to play our defensive line in. Tight man. So Campbell and Carpenter, the usual suspects in the backfield. Again, 2 tight end set with Barber and Casper. The lone wideout is Renfro. And we're going to key Campbell on the run. And they go to Campbell. And Campbell breaks a tackle in the backfield. Spins out of another one. He picks up 6 yards before he's finally dragged down by Mathis. And Campbell now has 10 carries for 38 yards. Reggie Mathis with his 4th tackle. Joining us in the chat, Alan Shaw. How are you, Alan? Our good friend from the UK. Hope all is well. And William Fergazzi. How you doing, buddy? How's Mrs. Fergazzi? And Bubba Husky. Hope all is well, Bubba. As Bubba's listening from work, I greatly appreciate that. You guys take some time out here. We're having a fun game here. This is game 1 of our 1980 one and done Action PC football tournament. I formation for the Oilers. The up back is Carpenter. Behind him is Earl Campbell. The 2 wideouts, Johnson at the top of the screen, Renfro to the bottom. Barber, the tight end, to the top of the screen. We will play our 4-3. Bring our defensive line in. Brown will come up for run support. We're going to play short zone, and we're keying Campbell. And it's Campbell, and Campbell is brought down hard by Mathis after struggling for 2 yards. Reggie Mathis puts a boom on Campbell. He did hold on the ball, unlike his first carry when he fumbled. And that will bring up a 2nd and 8 from the Houston 41. The Saints lead the Oilers in a shocker here, 21-3, with 8:13 to play in the half. Split backfield now. Campbell and Carpenter. Stabler under center, 2 wideouts and the tight end. The Saints will have their middle linebacker, Fetterspiel, spy the quarterback. Keep the defensive line at normal. We're going to play tight man. And we're going to double Barber on a medium. And we're going to play pass. Stabler back to pass. It's a screen to Carpenter. He's got some blockers. Oh, Borderland blows the play up and it's a loss of 1. And that's Ken Borderland's 4th tackle. Oh, it looked like Carpenter had a convoy in front of him, but the Saints front 7 and Borderland blew that play up, and it will be now 3rd and 9 from the Houston 40. William Fergazzi says, "Hi, Al. The wife is good and says hello." Well, hello back at you. Excellent. So 3rd and 9 as the Saints hope to march through and get the Stabler on this 3rd and 9. Split backfield. Campbell, Carpenter. Wideouts, Johnson, Renfro, tight end, Barber. And I think we're going to play a 4-2 nickel. We'll bring an extra defensive back in. Our linebacker, Federspiel, will continue to spy Stabler. And we're going to play zone coverage and pass. Stabler back to pass. He throws, complete to Barber. He's close to the first down, and he just gets it. As Tom Myers gets his 2nd tackle, but could not prevent Barber, who kept those legs churning. He picks up the first down, and that's Mike Barber's 2nd reception for 18 yards. Did a good job getting between the zone defenders. And it's 1st and 10 on the Houston 49. 6:50 to play in the half. Flutz. Take Flutz off. Bring Bennett back in. No, we just want him for this. And Moore is at 87. We'll take Moore out and bring Price in. All right, here we go. Split backfield, Campbell, Carpenter. 2 wideouts and the tight end, the usual suspects. All right, going to play run Campbell. You may not key. Oh, because I'm in the nickel. That's my fault. Okay, I want to go back to our 4-3. Sorry. Now we're in the 4-3. Keen Campbell. Stabler back to pass. He completes it to White Shoes Johnson. Ray quickly closes on him, but it's a gain of 9. No extra yards as Ricky Ray planted Billy White Shoes Johnson into the AstroTurf. But it brings up 2nd and 1 from the New Orleans 42. Stabler getting hot now. They trail 21-3 though. 2 tight end set with Barber and Casper. Stabler in the center, split backfield. Campbell, Carpenter, lone wideout, Renfro. 2nd and 1. We're going to play our defensive line in. We're going to blitz our linebacker on a delay. That's Federspiel. He's not going to spy. And we're going to play tight man, run. And it's given to Carpenter, and Carpenter brought down by the blitzing Federspiel. And going off is Weimer. And he was injured on the play, but he's going to tough it out. He's going to stay in the game. It's now 3rd and 1. As Carpenter just barely got back to the line of scrimmage as the blitzing Federspiel put him on his tuchus. So 3rd and 1 from the New Orleans 42. Again, the 2 tight end set, split backfield. Stabler barking out the signals under center. Renfro, the lone wideout. We'll move our defensive line in. Tight man. Once again, we're going to send Federspiel, and we're going to play run. And Carpenter, but this time Carpenter breaks the tackle and goes for 5. He's brought down by Ray. Good tough running by Rob Carpenter, who in about a year and a half will be traded to the Giants and help them in their first playoff run since the 60s. So Carpenter picks up the first. Big block up front by Ed Fisher. Tackle credited to Ricky Ray. Clock running, 4:39 left in the half. Saints up 21-3. I formation. Carpenter the up back. Campbell behind him. 2 wideouts and a tight end. 4-3 set for the Saints defensive line in. Tight man, King Campbell. The ball's given to Campbell, and Campbell cuts to his left, heads straight forward, picks up 6, bowling over Saints as he goes. Feddersfield will be credited with the tackle, and that's his third. Campbell now 12 carries, 46 yards. 2nd and 4 on the New Orleans 31. Clock going tick, 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 3:54 and a half. Split backfield, 2 wideouts and a tight end. Stabler under center. 4-3 for the Saints. And we're going to blitz Feddersfield. Tight man. Pass. And it's a give to Campbell. He breaks 2 tackles. He's into the secondary and finally brought down by Dave Waymer as Campbell picks up 14 on the off tackle right as the blitz burned the Saints. And it is 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 17 with 3:05 in the half. 21-3 New Orleans here from the Astrodome. Split backfield, Stabler under center, 2 wideouts and a tight end. And defensive end Reese is tiring. Oh, they're in the hurry up. We're not going to call timeout. And we're going to go with a tight man coverage. Tight man coverage. We're going to double Barber on the medium. And we're going to play basic. Stabler back to pass. He rolls out. And Myers. They were going to Barber, the tight end. We have the double coverage. And that's Tom Myers' 3rd deflection, keeping that ball away from Barber. That was Stabler's binky in the day. Just like his binky with the Raiders was Casper, who plays on this team also now at the end of his career. So that's 2nd and 10. Clock stops. So let's get our fresh defensive ends in here. Hart will come in for Reese. And Grooms is at 88. And we're going to bring Parker in for Grooms. 2nd and 10. They go to a 3 wideout set. The 3rd wideout is Burrows joining Renfro and Johnson. The lone back is Carpenter, who's actually a pretty good receiver. He's a 6 out of 10 receiver, so that's good out of the backfield. And Barber. And we're going to match that with a 3-3 nickel. Actually, we're going to go 4-2 nickel. So 4-2 nickel. We're going to bring our defensive line in case they try to pop a draw. And we're going to play tight man. And we're going to double Burrows, who they just brought in on a medium. Any type of medium pass. And we're going to play pass. Stabler back to pass, looking, and he throws for Barber. And once again, Tom Myers all over him like a blanket. Picks up his 4th deflection. As Barber is just not able to get on track. Stabler is now 7 of 14 for only 50 yards. And a crucial 3rd and 10 with 2:40 left in the half with the Saints up 21-3 over the Oilers. Stabler's in shotgun. Again, the 3 wide out set. The lone running back is Carpenter. He's in shotgun formation with Stabler. We're going to stick with our 4-2 nickel. And we're going to bring Feddersfield on the blitz. Man coverage. Tight man. And we're going to double Burrows again on the medium. Can we double him, though? I don't think, because we're blitzing. No, we should be able to double him. It's not letting us, so let's go. No. 1. Yeah, because we're blitzing. You know what? We're going to have Feddersfield spy instead. And we're going to double Burrows on the medium. And we're going to play pass. Here's a shotgun snap. Stabler throws. And incomplete. Oh, my Lord. The Saints D holds again. Here comes Tony Frisch trying to put up another field goal. And this is from the 17, so this is a 34-yard field goal as you add 17 to where the ball, the line of scrimmage is. And we're going to go watch the fakes. The snap, and Frisch puts it through. Houston kicks another field goal. They trail 21-6 with 2:32 left in the half. Frisch will kick off deep for the Saints. Rodgers, short, Mutai, and Wilson. Here's the kickoff. And there's Rodgers. And Rodgers has a good return of 27 yards, finally taken off his feet by Henderson. And here comes Archie Manning. And Manning is 10 of 13, 163 yards, and 3 touchdown passes, looking to continue to stick it to the Oilers. Take care, Herb. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. All right, so split backfield of Galbraith and Jimmy Rogers. Chandler and Harris, the wideouts. Childs is the tight end. And we're going to go off tackle right. Jimmy Rogers. And there goes Rogers. And Rogers puts his head down, picks up 4 yards. And he was brought down by Charlie Davis. That's Davis's first tackle. And we'll let it run down to the 2-minute warning. So with 2 minutes left in the half, the New Orleans Saints, 1-15 New Orleans Saints, are ahead of the 11-5 Houston Oilers in our 1980 one-and-done playoff tournament. This is a play-in game to reach the Sweet 16. It is 21 New Orleans and 6 Houston. So 2nd and 6 as they come out of the 2-minute warning. Manning under center, split backfield, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. Both teams with their allotted 3 timeouts. And we're going to go Galbraith, screen to Tony Galbraith. And we're going to continue with the play. Even though it looks like they're keying it, we're going to continue with it. Here's a screen to Galbraith. Incomplete as Brazil breaks it up. And that will now be 3rd and 6 with 1:49 left in the half. 3rd and 6. Draw. I don't like that play. We're going to go 3 wideouts, 2 running backs. Mutai comes back out on the field. Tight end Childs goes off. Galbraith will go out wide. Manning under center. Rogers behind him. Rogers. Pitch right to Rogers. We're going to continue with the play. And it's a bad play. The pitch out doesn't work. Manning holds the ball, tries to go up the middle. He picks up 2, but is brought down by Charlie Davis. Clock is running. And it's 4th and 4. 4th and 4. We're going to let the clock run down to 1:04 and call timeout. And that's just what we did. And here comes our punt team. So we take the time off the clock. We call timeout. Thank you for stopping by, Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Have a good night. And check out Bleacher Bums Gaming, wonderful retro sports channel. And here comes the punt team. And Russell Ergzobin, I butchered that name. He'll punt deep to Roaches. Here's the snap and the punt. And Roaches comes up to field it. And he has a
offsides. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
Offsides defense. Is that us? No, we're still on offense. We have the ball. Offsides defense. Exit. I'm going to punt. We have the ball. We're offense. We're going to accept. Okay. And it's a first down. Yes! 58 seconds. 1st and 10. The offsides gives the Saints another shot. So Houston shoots themselves in the foot. Usually it's the Saints that do that. 58 seconds. The Saints have 2 timeouts left. And we're going to go 3 wideouts. Actually, 4 wideouts and Tony Galbraith. So joining Mutai, Chandler, and Harris is Tinker Owens. Wow, that's a great name, Tinker Owens. And Tony Galbraith in the backfield, and he's going to go out wide. Manning's going to go into shotgun. And we're going to look for Galbraith on a mismatch here. Medium slant to Galbraith. Oh my lord! They hit Galbraith! And it's a big play! Manning, with a hand in his face, tremendous pressure, hits Tony Galbraith for 18. And let's watch that replay over. Look at the pressure on Manning. He's hit, he throws, he hits Galbraith, and they pick up 18 yards. We have 2 timeouts. We're going to use one here. And that'll be 47 seconds left. Oof. Saints on the march again. Need to get closer for Ricardo, though. Only a 28% chance of making this field goal here. And again, we'll go with our 4 wideouts. Galbraith alone back. Manning in shotgun. And Galbraith will go out wide once again. And we're going to look for Chandler. Chandler on a short out. Shotgun snap. Manning under pressure, and he's hit. And he throws it away, trying to dump it to Galbraith underneath. And it will now be 2nd and 10 from the Houston 35 with 44 seconds to go. Saints have 1 timeout in their pocket. Galbraith back. And we're going to go Galbraith. Screen to Tony Galbraith. And they hit. Oh! Brazil breaks it up. Oh, Galbraith had a convoy of blockers in front of him. Incomplete. Manning's now 11 of 17 for 181 yards and 3 TDs. So 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the 4 wideouts. Galbraith will move from next to Manning in the shotgun to on the line of scrimmage. He's out wide. Owens. Medium fly to Tinker Owens. Manning looking for Owens. Throws. Complete. Owens. Touchdown! Tinker Owens. Archie Manning throws his 4th touchdown pass, and it goes to Tinker Owens as he spikes the ball to the boos of the Oilers fans. Let's watch that. The unlikely hero, Tinker Owens, bam, burns the defensive backfield of the Oilers for 6. It's now 27-6. Archie Manning and the Saints putting it all together. Excuse me. In this play-in game, they win. They will be the Cinderella Darlings, reaching the Sweet 16. Here comes Ricardo for the extra point to snap the place, the kick, and it is good. With 23 seconds to go, the New Orleans Saints 28. The Houston Oilers 6. Ricardo will kick deep. And here's the kick. And Roaches with the return. And he's out near the 25 on the 22-yard return. He was brought down by Mathis. So with 17 seconds left, Houston in a 3 wide out set with Carpenter the lone back, Stabler under center, Barber the tight end. So they have Renfro, Johnson, and Burrow as the wideouts. They have all 3 of their timeouts. We're going to go to a 3-2 dime. Deep zone. And pass. Stabler back to pass, looking, and they dumped it short to Barber. No, it was a tight end. Reverse, and he was tackled by Hart. No gain. And we're not going to call timeout. And that is the half. And what a half it was for the New Orleans Saints as they came marching in to the tune of 28-6. As William Fergazzi in the chat says, great call, Al. Saints are rolling. Yes, they are. We're going to continue on with the game because we're having tremendous fun. We're going to try to do these in one stream because we have lots of games to play. But we'll have fun with this tournament. And if I'm able to hold on with the Saints, I always play as the lower seed if you just joined us or are watching later, unless it's the Patriots. I always play as the Patriots as I'm a Patriots fan. All right, here's the kickoff. Let's quickly go through some numbers here first. Let's see if we can get this up here. There we go. All right. Archie Manning, so far the player of the game, 12 of 18, 216 yards, and 4 touchdown passes, no picks. Quarterback rating 147.2. Ken Stabler has been held in check, 7 for 15, 50 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Quarterback rating 54.9. Earl Campbell, 13 carries, 60 yards. And that's about it. Scoring, the Saints scored at the 13:06 mark in the first quarter, 11-yard pass from Manning to Chandler, Ricardo extra point. And then they scored again after a turnover by Earl Campbell on his first carry at the 10:33 mark, 11-yard pass to Galbraith, Ricardo kick, 14-0 Saints. Houston would get on the board with 2:36 left in the first quarter. Tony Frisch 23-yard field goal, 14-3. New Orleans would come right back in the second quarter at the 10:43 mark. Manning throws his third touchdown pass, a 10-yard pass to Mutai. It was 21-3, extra point by Ricardo. And then Houston again kicks a field goal with 2:32 left in the half. And it was a 34-yard field goal by Frisch, and it was 21-6. And just before the half, as we witnessed, Manning throws his fourth touchdown to a fourth different receiver, a 35-yard pass to the legend, Tinker Owens, Ricardo kick. We start the third quarter. The New Orleans Saints looking for a huge upset here, 28-6 in the lead. And here comes Ricardo to kick it deep. And there's the kick. He angles it. Roaches.
Illegal block. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
Oh, wow. Doris with the illegal block. Houston, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. That backs them up. And starting first and 10 from their 10 are the Oilers and Ken Stabler. One running back set, and it's Rob Carpenter. The 3 wideouts, Renfro, Johnson, and Burrow. Barber's a tight end. In the chat, we have Clinton Parks. Hope all is well. Clinton, how you feeling, buddy? Hope you're feeling better. Take it easy, my friend. So we're going to go with a 4-2 nickel. 4-2 nickel. And we're going to play man. And we're going to double Barber, the tight end, on the medium. And we're going to play pass. Stabler gives it to Carpenter. Carpenter has some running room, brought down by Hart. He picks up 6 yards on the sweep right. Now be 2nd and 4 from the Houston 16. Again, 3 wideouts set. The lone back is Carpenter, and 1 tight end is Barber. We're going to bring our defensive line in, and we're going to blitz one of our linebackers, Federspiel. Tight man, pass. Here comes the blitz, and Carpenter gets past the tackle. There's a flag down.
Number 84.
Billy White Shoes Johnson will negate the 9-yard gain by Carpenter with a holding call, so the blitz does disrupt the Oilers offense. We will accept it, and it's going to be 2nd and 12 instead of a first down on the Houston 8. 3 wideouts at the top of the screen. The lone tight end to the bottom of the screen, Carpenter behind Stabler, who's under center. So 2nd and 12. And we're going to blitz Federspiel. And we're going to play pass. Stabler gives it to Carpenter. Carpenter has running room, brought down by Marshall. He picks up 10 yards on the trap right. Nice block up front by Carl Muchek. And that's James Marshall, first tackle. And let's get our better defensive ends back in this game, as Reese will come back in. And Parker goes out, and Grooms has a good rest. He comes back in. So 3rd and 2 from the Houston 18. Again, 3 wide out. Stabler under center. The lone back is Carpenter. We're going to play our 4-3. We're going to play our 4-2 nickel. Our defensive line in. Tight man. Federspiel will spy Stabler. 3rd and 2. We're going to play run. And Stabler back to pass, dumps it to Carpenter, and Carpenter picks up the first, dragged down from behind by Ken Borderland as Carpenter's trying to cut to his right. But he picks up 5 yards, and that's Borderland's 5th tackle. So 1st and 10 on the Houston 23. 3 wide outs, Stabler under center, lone back is Carpenter with 1 tight end. We're going to play our defensive line out wide. We're going to delay blitz Federspiel. Borderland will spy Stabler. And we're going to play pass. Stabler back to pass, throws it incomplete. Felt the pressure, heard the footsteps, threw quickly as he was looking for Renfro on the short hitch. 2nd and 10 from the Houston 23. Stabler in shotgun, flanked by Carpenter in the backfield. Again, the 3 wideouts with Johnson to the top of the screen, Burrow, and Renfro to the bottom, Barber to the top as the tight end. We're going to play our defensive line out. And we're going to go back to Federspiel spying. And we're going to double Barber on a medium, and we're going to play pass. Shotgun snap, Stabler has it, rolls, and incomplete. He tried to go to Carpenter. As they were looking for Burrows on the bomb post that was covered, he tried to dump it back down to Carpenter over the middle as Stabler rolled to his right. And it's incomplete. And it's now 3rd and 10 on the Houston 23. Again, 3 wide out, 1 tight end set. Stabler in shotgun. Carpenter with him in the backfield. We're going to go 4-1 dime. 4-1 dime. Man coverage. Federspiel will spy Stabler. And we're going to double Barber, the tight end, on anything medium. We're going to play pass. Shotgun penalty.
False start. Offense.
Oh,
number 86,
wow. False
5-yard
start
penalty.
on Houston.
Repeat,
They
3rd down.
continue to shoot themselves in the foot as Barber comes out of his stance. You know things are going bad when Mike Barber gets a false start, as the original Grognard has joined us in the chat. Big Broncos fan. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Check out that wonderful military strategy channel. He unboxed a new game the other day. I watched it. I agree with you. The whole spotting thing, if I understood correctly, seems confusing to me. Or the line of sight or something I think you were talking about. But check that out. Original Grognard. Wonderful channel. Along with Itinerary Hobbyist, another good channel for military strategy. And they have sports also. So it's 3rd and 15. We're gonna stick with our 4-1 dime. And I think we're gonna play a deep zone. Keep everything in front of us. And just make the tackle. Here's the pass, deep zone, shotgun snap. Stabler back. Dumps it down to Carpenter. And Carpenter zigs and zags, but he's tackled. He only picks up 4 yards. As Don Schwartz had the Schwartz with him. As he plants Carpenter into the turf. And here comes the punt team for the Oilers. And the fans here at the Astrodome are in shock. As the original Grognard says about the line of sight, or the vision, that's my term, I think it's called line of sight. He says, yeah, it was a bit of a pointless mechanic. I like the way you explained it, like how it should have been. You should just modify it for that, though. You know, like house rules. Because like you said, if you can see it, you should be able to fire upon it. All right, we'll have the return on. Here's the snap and the punt by Houston. And it'll be a fair catch as Mutai signals for the fair catch. Doesn't want to take any chances. And with 11:32 to play in the 3rd quarter, in a shocker, the 1-15, you heard me, the 1-15 Saints, 28. The 11-5 Houston Oilers, 6. This is a play-in game to get to the Sweet 16. As the original Grognard says, oh, I will when I play. Oh, that's good. You got to enjoy the games you play. If you have to adjust the rules, adjust the rules. You know, just explain it like you always do. You know, this is the way we're going to play it. And we're going to go back to We're going to go back to our 4 wide out. You know what? We're going to go back to our 4 wide out set because that has worked well. Galbraith will not be our back, though. We're going to go back to Jimmy Rogers. No, I don't want that. I clicked on the wrong guy. Jimmy Rogers. So the 4 wideouts will be Mutai and Chandler to the top of the screen, Harris and Tinker Owens, who caught the touchdown pass, to the bottom of the screen. Manning under center, Jimmy Rogers behind him. Archie Manning is having a game of games, Archie. Archie is 12 of 18 for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's thrown touchdowns to Chandler, Mutai, Galbraith, and Tinker Owens. And we're going to go play action fake. Play action fake. Rogers. No, I don't like that. Play action fake. Chandler. Short out. Here's play action fake. Manning throws to Chandler on the out, and Chandler is close to the first down, just short 9 yards, as he was brought down on the tackle by Greg Stemrick, and that's Stemrick's 5th tackle. Wes Chandler, 5 receptions, 53 yards, and a TD. So that brings up 2nd and 1 from the New Orleans 43. Rogers on the trap left. First time we go left. Big hole for Rogers. He puts his head down, barrels forward for 6. 1st and 10 from the New Orleans 49. First time we ran left and we caught him with their pants down. Again, we'll stick with our 4 wideouts. Lone back Jimmy Rogers. Archie Manning under center, barking out the signals. Rogers once again, trap off tackle left this time. And Rogers smothered by Tony Bethea. Only a gain of 2. Elvin Bethea, sorry. That's his first tackle. Jimmy Rogers now 7 carries, 26 yards. And it is 2nd and 8 as clock goes tick, tick, tick. We're actually going to go to a slowdown. I know it's a 3rd quarter, but let's just chew up clock. Again, we'll stick with the 4 wideouts. No tight end. The lone back, Jimmy Rogers. Archie Manning under center. And we're going to go short and quick. Short and quick to Mutai. Manning quick tosses to incomplete. As the defender was draped all over Mutai. Manning wanted a flag. Brings up 3rd and 8. Clock stops. 3rd and 8. Galbraith will come in for Rogers. Galbraith, the excellent receiving back. And Archie Manning will go in the shotgun. Galbraith will go out wide. So we basically have a 5 wide receiver set. Archie Manning. Bootleg. And Manning on the bootleg! Oh, penalty flag.
Personal foul. Offense. Number 71, 15-yard penalty.
They're going to decline that, yeah. So Manning just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage on the bootleg, but a personal foul on Taylor. And Houston declines it. And here comes the punt team. On 4th and 8, we will punt. Probably got a little cute on that bootleg. And here comes Russell Explin. God, I hate that name. We're going to call him Bin. Here comes Russell. He's going to punt deep. And Roaches is back for Houston. Here's the snap and the punt. And Roaches comes up. Zigging and zagging.
Sides. Defense. 5-yard penalty.
Oh, 5-yard penalty. Oh, Kennard for Houston's offsides. We're going to accept that. And now it's 4th and 3 from the Houston 44. I should pooch punt it. I shouldn't get greedy. Yeah, we're going to punt again. We're going to pooch punt. Can Manning quick kick? 20 yards. Maybe they fumble the ball on the quick kick. Or maybe they block the quick kick and run it back. Yeah, let's not get too cute out here. 4th and 3. We'll punt again. And we're going to punt for the sidelines this time. And oh! The ball is downed at the 6. Great job by the Saints, pinning Houston inside their 10. And joining us in the chat, What's Blazing in Sports, T-Dub, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're feeling better. You had a great live chat coming back the other day. That was a lot of fun. Remember to check out What's Blazing in Sports and T-Dub for all your boxing needs. And here comes Ken Stabler and the Oilers trailing 28-6 with 9:37 left in the third quarter. They're going to go with their 3 wide-out set of Renfroe, Johnson, and Burrow. The tight end is Barber. The lone back, Rob Carpenter, as Campbell has been null and mute. Down by 22 points. The run game is out, I guess, for them. We're going to go to our 4-1 dime. And we're going to play our defensive line in. And our linebacker will spy Stabler. And we're going to play man coverage. And we're going to double the tight end Barber on anything medium. Here's the plain pass. It's a run to Carpenter. And Carpenter rips off a good run to the right, picking up 12 yards. And dragged down by Ricky Ray. As Carpenter on the sweep right. Good blocking up front by those large men on the line. Carpenter now 8 carries, 43 yards. 9:26 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the Houston 18. Again, the 3 wide out set. Carpenter the lone back, 1 tight end. Stabler under center. We'll stick with our 4-1 dime. We'll play our defensive line in. Actually, we'll play them normal. Again, our linebacker Federspiel spying Kenny Stabler. We're going to play zone pass. And Stabler back to pass, looking complete to Burrow. And Raymer makes the tackle, but they pick up 24 yards on the cross, the long cross from Stabler to Burrow. And that's Burrow's first reception, and it was a big one. Thank you very much for stopping by. T-Dub, What's Blazing in Sports? Check them out. Thank you. All right, 8:43 to play in the third quarter. Again, the 3 wide out lone back is Carpenter. Stabler under center, 1 tight end. Man coverage, tight man coverage. We're going to blitz our linebacker. And pass. Here comes the blitz. Carpenter goes to his right and heads up the field. A pickup of 9. Once again, Carpenter gets the outside on the sweep right. Good blocking by the Houston line. Eddie Fisher pancaked a few Saints on that 9-yard gain. So it's 2nd and 1 from the New Orleans 49. So the Oilers penetrate Saints territory. 7:57 to play in the third quarter. Saints 28, Houston 6. Play our defensive line in. Man coverage, basic. And again, they give it to Carpenter. And Carpenter again on the sweep right. Picks up 16 yards. Big hole by Bobby Young. That sweep right is killing the Saints. 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 33. They need to put up touchdowns, not field goals, though. Houston sticks with the 3 wideouts, 1 tight end, and Carpenter, the lone back. And we're going to play our... We're going to go to a 4-2 nickel. Bring in an extra linebacker. Man, basic. And Stabler back to pass, throws to the middle, and Billy White shoes Johnson close to the first. They measure, and he just picks it up. Nice catch by Billy White shoes Johnson. Then he shimmies and shammies and gets those extra few yards. Tackled by Ricky Ray. So 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 23, 6:25 in the third quarter left. Shotgun for Stabler, 3 wideouts, 1 tight end. Carpenter the lone back. We're going to go with our defensive line out. And we're going to blitz Federspiel, and Bordelin will spy Stabler, and we're going to play man, pass, and Stabler throws a screen to Carpenter. Carpenter picks up 11 yards and the first down following his blockers, and Federspiel comes from behind to make the tackle, and that's his 4th tackle. So 1st and 10 from the New Orleans 12, 5:35 left in the third quarter. Again, 3 wideouts, 1 tight end. Stabler in shotgun, barking out the signals. Carpenter right next to him. Tight man coverage. Going to blitz both of our backers. Pass. And they pitch out, and Carpenter goes right and into the end zone. The extra point just sneaks in by Tony Frisch. And it's 28-13 as that right side sweep killed the Saints. So Rob Carpenter, at the 4:45 mark in the third quarter, 12-yard run. That was a 7-play, 94-yard drive, taking 4 minutes and 52 seconds. Frisch extra point. Houston only trails by 15. We're going to watch for the onside here. Frisch kicks it deep. Here comes a return by the Saints, and it is an 18-yard return by Rodgers, brought down by Wilson. And with 4:38 to play in the third quarter, Archie Manning and the Saints offense will march out onto the field, 1st and 10 on their 27. And we're going to go back to our 4 wideout set. Rodgers will come in as the lone running back. The wideouts Mutai and Chandler to the top of the screen. Owens and Harris to the bottom of the screen. Jimmy Rodgers, the running back. Rodgers will get the call on the off tackle right. And there goes Rodgers, and smothered by the front 7 at the line of scrimmage. The tackle will be credited to Andy Doris, and that is his 4th tackle. Archie Manning and the Saints taking their time coming out of the huddle, as Rodgers is replaced by Tony Galbraith. Yeah, we're going to go Tony Galbraith. Screen pass to Tony Galbraith. And, Brazil gets to Manning before he can throw the ball. And that is the first sack of Archie Manning by Robert Brazil. And now 3:46 to play in the third quarter, and a long 3rd and 15 for the Saints from their own 22, as Houston has come alive here with that Rob Carpenter touchdown run. Galbraith will go out wide. Tony Galbraith, medium slant. Manning back to pass. Deflected away by the safety Renfro as Manning tries to go to Galbraith. And here comes the punt team. So Archie Manning's now 13-21 for 225 yards. No picks, 4 touchdowns. But here comes the punt team. And they will punt deep to Roaches. The snap to place the punt. Roaches. And Roaches immediately brought down after only a 2-yard gain by Federspiel. So with 2:59 to play, this game's not over yet. The Saints 28. The Oilers 13. They just put a touchdown on the board, and they're looking for more. Again, 3 wide out set. Lone running back is Carpenter. Stabler's under center. The tight end is Barber. We're going to go to a 3-3 nickel. 3-3 nickel basic. And again, they go right to Carpenter, but with the extra linebacker, he does not get that success. It's only a gain of 2 as the front 7 swarms to the right, and the tackle will be made by Dave Waymer, and that's his 5th tackle. So we'll stick with our 3-3 nickel with our 3 linebackers and 5 defensive backs. It is 2nd and 8 from the Houston 39. 2:53 left in the third quarter. 3 wideouts, 1 running back, Stabler under center, 1 tight end. And we're going to play basic again. And Stabler back to pass, fires to the middle, and Barber struggles and picks up the first down. And going off the field is Brown. He'll only be out for a few plays, though. But that's a big first down as Kenny Stabler, the snake, getting hot here, trying to snake bite the Saints. He wants the Saints to go marching out of Houston with a loss. 2:11 left in the third quarter. New Orleans 28, Houston 13. 3 wideouts, 1 tight end, 1 back Carpenter. Stabler under center. Saints 3 nickel. And Fetterspiel will spy the quarterback. Play basic again. Stabler pitches it out to Carpenter to the left, and Carpenter gets around the corner for 8 yards, and Mathis whips him to the turf, and Brown comes back out. He is now available for the Saints. So Rob Carpenter, 13 carries, 90 yards, and a TD. Earl Campbell has not been seen since the Oilers went down by a plethora of points. 2nd and 2 from the New Orleans 44. We're going to blitz Borderland on a delay. Tight man coverage. Defensive line in. Basic. And here comes the blitz. There goes Carpenter to the right. Flag on the play.
Offsides. Defense.
Oh, Borderland. No, Reese. Reese was called for the offsides. But I think they'll decline because Carpenter picked up 9 yards. He has 99 yards now, Carpenter. 1st and 10 with 1:17 to play as Houston coming back. They have the ball on the New Orleans 35. Again, the 3 wideouts. Alone back is Carpenter. Stabler's under center. Barber, the tight end, at the top of the screen. Go to our 4-2 nickel. Reese is tired. Got to get him out. We're bringing Hart in. And Grooms is okay, but Bennett is tired. And let's bring Flutz in. And Moore is okay. All right. First and 10 from the 35. We're going to play our 4-2 nickel pass. And again, they're going to run right with Carpenter, but he is smothered at the line of scrimmage as the front 7 of the Saints was up for that challenge. Tackled by Tommy Hart, and that's Hart's 3rd tackle. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the New Orleans 35. Again, 3 wide out set, 1 tight end. Stabler under center. Carpenter, the lone running back. Play tight man pass. And back to pass over the middle to Barber, and Myers quickly closes. It's only a 5-yard gain, and that's the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes of football to play. The New Orleans Saints want that upset. They lead Houston 28-13, so they're up by 15. The 1-15 Saints looking to upset in the play-in game to the Sweet 16. The Houston Oilers, who were 11-5, but the Oilers have come on strong on these last 2 drives, as Carpenter scored on a touchdown on a sweep, and they're driving once again. So 3rd and 5 with 15 minutes to play of football. On the field for the Oilers, wideouts, Renfro, Johnson, and Burrows. The tight end, Barber. The lone back is Rob Carpenter. Stabler, the snake, under center. The Saints are in a 4-2 nickel with Fetterspiel spying Stabler. And it's 3rd and 5. And we're going to play tight man, pass, and Stabler back to pass.
Offsides, defense.
Oh, incomplete.
5-yard penalty.
But the offsides penalty on Ray will give the Oilers the first down. So the incomplete pass, but the offside gives them the first down. And it's 1st and 10 with 14:51 left in the game. Oilers marching. They have the ball on the New Orleans 25. The Saints trying to hold on here. Again, 3 wideouts, 1 tight end. Stabler under center. Carpenter the lone back behind him. Saints are in a 4-2 nickel. Tight man. Pass. Stabler back to pass, looking over the middle. Incomplete as Myers pops Barber and the ball comes loose. Myers has been all over Barber. 2nd and 10 from the New Orleans 25. Houston stays with that 3 wide out, 1 tight end, lone running back set. Stabler under center. Saints will stay with their 4-2 nickel. Again, we're going to play that tight man, trying to choke off those routes. And we're going to blitz Federspiel. And Borderland will spy. Actually, we're going to blitz both of our linebackers. And we're going to play pass. Both of our backers are going. There's the pressure. Stabler throws quickly. Complete the Burrow to the out. And Weimer brings him down just a yard short after the 9-yard gain. So Stabler gets rid of the ball quickly on the short out to Burrows. The blitz did not get to the snake. The snake struck first. And that's Dave Weimer's 6th tackle for the Saints. Now a crucial 3rd and 1, though I do suspect they would go for it if we do stop them, and we're going to plan on stopping them. Again, they go with their 3 wide out set of Renfro, Johnson, and Burrow. The tight end is Barber. The lone back is Carpenter. And Carpenter, on the day, right now, 15 carries, 99 yards, 5 receptions, 23 yards. He does have a touchdown run. Play our defensive line in. Tight man coverage. We're going to key Carpenter. You may not key in this setup. Okay. We're going to play run. And they go to Carpenter, and he's stuffed in the backfield. 2-yard loss as Flutz brings him down. As they blow past Fisher, he missed his block. Borderland brings him down, excuse me. That's Ken Borderland's 7th tackle. And Flutz was shaken up as he helped out on the play, but he's going to stay in the game. And here comes a field goal attempt by Tony Frisch. We're going to watch for the fake, the snap, the play, and Frisch boots it down the middle. And it's now 28-16, a 12-point lead for the Saints, but Houston just pecking away, but there's only 13:52 left in their tournament playoff life. What a huge upset this would be. We're going to watch for the onside, and Frisch kicks it away, and the return goes out to the 25-yard line. It's a 17-yard return by Jimmy Rogers. He was brought down by Green, and here comes Archie Manning and the Saints have not scored in the second half. 14 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the second quarter. They like to put up at least 3 points here, as Houston has shut them down. Jimmy Rogers and Galbraith in the split backfield. Chandler and Harris the wideouts. And Henry Childs is the tight end. Play action fake. Let's try to get it to Childs, our tight end, on the short out. Play action. And Manning is sacked by Bethea. Even on the short out, Houston is just coming in like banshees. Second sack of Archie Manning, the first by Elvin Bethea. New Orleans goes to a slowdown, taking their time coming out of the huddle. It brings them up 2nd and 15. Again, split back formation. Chandler and Harris, the wideouts. Tight end, Childs, haven't been able to get the ball to him. And we're going to go screen pass, hoping to catch Houston in a blitz. So we're going to go to Galbraith, an excellent receiving running back. Screen pass to Tony Galbraith. And Galbraith drops the ball the second time he's dropped it. Oh, he had blockers out in front of him. And now the clock stops on the incomplete pass, and it's 3rd and 15 with 12:56 to play in the game. There's some concern on the Saints sideline here. The Saints will go to their 4 wide out set. So Harris and Owens on the lower portion of the screen, Mutai and Chandler to the upper portion. Tony Galbraith, the lone back, will go out wide. I'm assuming they're going to bring the heat. So we're going to go with a short slant to try to beat a blitz. And we're going to go to Chandler, our money man. And there's the slant to What happened there? Chandler was covered. Manning went through his progressions, tried to dump it to Galbraith, but the ball is batted away by Brazil as they both dove for it. Wouldn't have been a first down anyway. And Stensrud for Houston goes to the sideline. He'll be out for a few plays, but Houston holds. It's 4th and 15. Here comes the punt team for New Orleans, and they'll punt deep to Roaches. Here's the snap and the punt. And Roaches fields it, and he's near the 45. He picks up 8 yards on the 43-yard punt. And it is at the 45, and it's 1st and 10, and the Oilers are in excellent field position. They trail by 12 with 12:47 left in the game. Stabler under center. The 3 wideouts for Houston: Renfro, Burrows, and Johnson. The tight end, Barber. The lone back, Rob Carpenter, who has been phenomenal in the second half. Campbell has been on the bench. We're going to play a 4-2 nickel. 4-2 nickel and run. And Stabler gives it to Carpenter, and that sweep right goes for no gain. As we played run, we read your playbook. You only have to bludgeon us in the head 15 times before we figure it out. So now it's 2nd and 10. Clock is running. 12:41 left in the ball game. Stabler goes to shotgun. 3 wideouts, 1 tight end, flanked by Carpenter in the shotgun formation. He barks out the signals. The Saints will stay with their 4-2 nickel. And who's the better pass cover? 2 to run for. Borderland. Fetterspiel will spy Stabler. We're going to play man coverage pass. Stabler gets a shotgun snap. They throw and knocked away. Intercepted by Brown. Deflected by Borderland. Intercepted by Ray Brown. That's the break the Saints needed. And now those nails in the coffin are going boom, boom, boom. As what a pick on the deflection. Brown on the deflect ball, on the tip ball drill, gets the pick. Let's watch that replay, as they're going to have the wrong team colors, but it was deflected, then picked by Brown, and the Saints take over in excellent field position, 1st and 10 on their 48 with 11:59 to play. Stabler's now 15 of 27, 127 yards and an interception, no touchdown passes. Let's get this clock running here. We're going to play action fake, run counter, pitch left, Rodgers. There it is. Here's the pitch. He turns the corner. Yes! Gain of 7. And a little tomfoolery trickery. So 2nd and 3, and the Saints are in no hurry to come out of the huddle. They're going to let this clock go tick, 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 tick. So 11:49 left in the game. 2nd and 3. Split backfield again of Rodgers and Galbraith. Chandler and Harris the wideouts. Childs the tight end. And again, we're going to go play action fake, run counter. Tony Galbraith. Pitch right. Tomfoolery the other way. And Galbraith is close to the first down. Oh, he's just short. Oh, man, they bring the sticks out, and he's short by inches. And it's now 3rd and inches. Again, we're going to play that slow down on the Houston 42. This is definitely 2-down territory. 3rd and inches. Archie Manning, will he call his own number? Dive, Archie Manning. And Manning gets the first down and more! He picks up 11 yards, finally brought down by Ted Washington. That's not the right Ted Washington. That's the Ted Washington who played for Buffalo. So we'll have to change that picture. But Archie Manning, a clutch run by Archie. Look at that run. Gets through the middle, cuts to the left, puts his head down, barrels forward, picks up 11. And again, Saints in no hurry to come out of the huddle. They stay with that split backfield, 2 wideouts, 1 tight end. And we're going to go with run safe. Keep those hands on that ball. run safe, play action, run counter, Rodgers, pitch left. There's a pitch to Rodgers, and he is dumped in the backfield. Loss of 4, under 10 minutes to play. 9:25. We went to the well one too many times. Go 3 wideouts, 1 running back, and a tight end. The extra wideout is Mutai. The running back will be Rodgers. Wayne Wilson. Wayne Wilson. Wayne Wilson will come in to give Rodgers and Galbraith a breather. And Wilson, going to dump the ball short to Wilson. And Wilson catches it, and he heads upfield. He stays in bounds. That was important. Picks up 4 yards. I should have clicked on stay in bounds, but he stayed in bounds, thank God. And a pickup of 4. It will now be 3rd and 10 with 8:40 to play in the game. And Wilson will come out of the game. And Galbraith will come back in. So again, the 3 wideout set, Mutai and Chandler to the top of the screen. Harris to the bottom of the screen. Galbraith alone back, Manning under center. The tight end is Childs. Draw. Draw to Galbraith. And Galbraith gets the draw, heads up the middle, and he picks up 3 yards. There's a flag, but they pick it up. They say no penalty. Doris is credited with the tackle, and that's Andy Doris' 6th tackle for the Oilers. As the clock continues to go tick, 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 tick. 7:53 to play. It's a 48% chance of making a field goal here. And 4th and 7. Ricardo was not a stellar field goal kicker. 48% chance, probably better. 48-yard chance. We're going to keep the offense on the field. Galbraith will go out wide. Actually, we're going to go 4 wideouts. Galbraith will go out wide. So on the lower portion of the screen, we have Galbraith, Owens, and Harris. To the top portion of the screen, Mutai and Chandler. Archie Manning under center. It is 4th and 7. As the clock continues to tick, there's 7:53 left in the game. Dive. Dive Archie Manning. Yes. Archie Manning up the middle. He's smothered, and he holds onto the ball, and we killed some clock. So 7 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. They have to score 2 touchdowns to beat us. The field goal, we forego the field goal because it was only 48%. And I remember as a kid, he was not a stellar kicker, Ricardo. We're going to play a 3-2 dime. Man coverage. And we're going to double Barber and Renfro on the mediums. Pass. And it's a run right to Carpenter. And Carpenter rips out a huge run. Finally tackled by Tom Myers. That's his 6th tackle. Rob Carpenter, 18 carries, 115 yards. That's a 6.4 average, and he has a touchdown. But the clock goes tick, 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 tick. They're in a hurry up. Down 6:54. We'll let him run the ball down. 6:54 left in the ball game. We're going to play zone. Federspiel spying Stabler. Pass. Stabler back to pass, looking, throws down, deflected away, intercepted by Marshall! Oh! Marshall makes the pick! The zone coverage befuddles the snake, and it is the Saints biting the snake's head off as Stabler throws his 2nd pick, as Marshall makes the pick, and the fans here in Houston start to mill and start to head towards the exits Unbelievable. Let's watch that replay again. The color scheme will be opposite. And Stabler back to pass, tipped, pick. So James Marshall gets the second pick of Stabler. And there's 6:29 to play. And Archie Manning and the Saints come back out on the field. And we're going to go to a 2 tight end set with 2 running backs. The lone wideout is Wes Chandler. And we're going to go I formation. Rodgers the up back. And we're going to bring in Wilson. Although Galbraith was 3.8. No, keep Galbraith in the game. And we're going to go Galbraith. Dive. They're going up the middle with Tony Galbraith. And Galbraith, there's a flag.
Offsides. Defense.
We'll
Number
accept.
71, 5-yard penalty.
So Kennard, in his hurry to get to Galbraith, is offsides. Will accept it. It'll now be 1st and 5 on the Houston 22. A field goal here is a 57% chance of Ricardo making it. So again, we're going to stay with our 2 tight end set. And our 2 tight ends are Williams and Childs. The lone wide receiver is Chandler to the top of the screen. The up back is Rodgers. Behind him is Galbraith. And Rodgers will go off tackle right. They're keying that. We're going to stick with it, though. And there goes Rodgers, and he's close to that first. He picks up 4 yards. He puts his head down, dragging defenders, and it's going to be 2nd and 1. And again, we go to the slowdown with 6:14 left in the ball game. Houston has not used a timeout yet. They trail by 12. So it's 2nd and 1. I formation, 2 tight end set. Chandler the only wideout. And we're going to go run counter, run safe, 2 hands on the ball. Rodgers, trap left. And there goes Rodgers, and he's got the first down and a little bit more. He picks up 4 with 2 arms on the football as he goes down to the turf, but gets up with a big smile as the Saints are smelling Sweet 16. As the clock's down to 5:29, and Houston still has not called a timeout. And Galbraith is at 89%. Let's get him out of the game. And we'll bring in Wilson, Wayne Wilson. And again, we're going to go run counter. Run safe, 2 hands on the ball. Rodgers, trap left again. And there goes Rodgers, trap left, and he breaks a tackle, finally brought down by Elvin Bethea, and another 4-yard gain by Rodgers. Rodgers now has 13 carries, 41 yards, and under 5 minutes to play in this ball game, 4:45 to play. Rodgers down to 91. Let's get him out of the game, and we'll bring in Holmes. So Jack Holmes comes in. Holmes the up back, and Wayne Wilson behind him. Run safe, 2 hands on that football. Cover that ball up. 2 tight end set, the lone wideout, Chandler to the top of the screen. Hard count, run counter. Trap right. Holmes. And Holmes has it, and he is smothered for a 1-yard loss. As that time, the front 7 of the Oilers was up to the challenge. A tackle will be credited to Mike Stensrud, and that's his first. He's been quiet. And the clock goes down to 3:59, and Houston still has not used a timeout yet. We continue to play the slowdown. Field goal attempt from here, which would be a 28-yard field goal, which should be automatic. Again, Ricardo only 65%. So Wilson and Holmes stay in the backfield. And run safe, hard count, run counter, Wilson, trap left. There goes the trap, and Wilson with a good tough run. He picks up 3 yards as Greg Bingham brings him down. That's his 7th tackle for Bingham. And the clock's now down to 3:14 left in the game, and it's 4th and 4. And even from this chip shot range, from the 8, add 17, that's a 25-yard field goal. We could make this field goal. Ricardo's only 68%, but we'll take it now. And actually, if we take the slowdown off, it's 70%. We're not going to let the... Oh, actually, you know what we're going to do? I know what we're going to do. Let's go slow down. Timeout. We're going to run this clock down to 2:39. We call timeout. Clock stop. We just chewed up clock. That's beautiful. So there's only 2:39 left in the game. Ricardo and the kick team comes out. Field goal will put them up by 15. And here's Benny Ricardo. The snap, the place, the kick, and he missed. Oh, you stink. You stink, Benny Ricardo. Just like when I was a kid. Awful. Imagine that. I could kick that thing straight ahead as a straight ahead kicker and put it through. Again, not with any pressure on me. I'm just saying I could. And so the final nail in the coffin is pulled out by Benny Ricardo as he shanks a 25-yard field goal. So there is still a little bit of hope, glimmer, in Houston. They have to score 2 touchdowns. 15 points, we would have won the game. There's no 2-point conversion in 1980. So we're going to go with a 4-1, actually a 3-2 dime. A 3-2 dime, a deep zone pass. And Stabler back to pass, looking, complete to Burrows, and Burrows is tackled. Did he get out of bounds? Nope. Yes. No. Yes, he did. 2nd and inches. He did get out of bounds. 2:28 to play. Again, we're going to play 3-2 dime. Zone coverage. Pass. And Stabler back to pass. Looking. Fires. Almost picked off for a 3rd time. Incomplete. As Stabler is looking for Burrows. And Stabler's now 16 of 30 for 137 yards. No touchdowns, 2 picks. 2:23 left in the ball game. Again, 3rd and inches. And you know what? We'll concede the freaking 1st down. We're going to play a deep zone. Pass. Stabler back to pass. Looking. Fires. Deflected by Weber. Intercepted by Myers. And Myers brings it back to the 30-yard line of Houston. Tom Myers, what a game he's played. And now he gets a pick. And that's the 3rd time the Snake has been intercepted. And you know who's going to the Sweet 16? The 1-15 New Orleans Saints are going Sweet 16, baby. So I will be coaching them once again, as I coach all lower seeds in this tournament, unless it's the Patriots. Unbelievable. Let's watch that replay. Again, the colors will be different, but there's the tip, the pick by Myers. And that could be and should be the final nails in the coffin here. As Archie Manning, and let's bring in Rodgers. And let's keep Wilson in the game. Let's go I formation. And let's go 2 tight end set. And I gotta go back to the I formation. Should have just kept it there. And Rodgers. And run safe. 2 hands on the ball. 2 arms on the ball. Dive play. Wilson. So there's the give to Wilson. And Wilson gets a 1-yard gain. But more importantly, he'll go down to the 2-minute warning. With 2 minutes left to play, the Saints 28, the Oilers 16. The 1-15 Saints are 2 minutes away from knocking off the 11-5 Houston Oilers in a shocking upset, as the fans are now leaving the Astrodome. The boos have come to an end. They just want out as they are in shock. So 2nd and 9. Two blocker, 2 run blocker. I want to switch this up. Let's get him out. Let's put Galbraith in just for a second. We're just switching up the up back. and Wilson. And let's put Rodgers behind Wilson. Where's Rodgers? Did I do that wrong? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm an idiot. Galbraith for Wilson. Wilson for Rodgers. Rodgers for Galbraith. All right, I formation, 2 tight end set. Run safe, hard count, run counter. Rodgers, trap left. And there goes Rodgers, and Rodgers picks up 1 yard, and Houston uses a timeout. They have 2 left. It's now 3rd and 8. And again, we have Ricardo, who most likely will miss this field goal. From here, it's a 40-yard field goal attempt. That's only 57%. And so it's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. Wilson. Trap right, Wayne Wilson, the up back. And there goes Wilson, brought down by Baker. He picks up 2 yards, and Houston uses their second timeout. They have 1 left, and 1:47 left in the game. And it's only a 58% chance of this numbnut making this field goal. It's a 38-yard attempt, 21 plus 17. But we got to try it. Here comes a field goal team. The holder is Scott, the backup quarterback. The snap to place the kick, and Ricardo misses again to the right. Thank you, Benny Ricardo. Oh, my God. 1:42. Stabler and the Oilers come out on the field with 1 timeout. We're going to play 3-2 dime. 3-2 dime. Deep zone. Prevent. And Stabler back to pass. Looking. He fires. And intercepted by Myers. And that is the 4th interception. And that's Myers. I thought that was his 2nd. Or did he fumble and they pick it? Anyway, the Saints get the ball back. And let's try to run this clock out here. They only have 1 timeout left. So stay in bounds. I should do that. Run safe. 2 tight end set. Actually, a 3 tight end set. Jimmy Rodgers is the ball carrier. Run safe. Rodgers. Off tackle left. And there goes Rodgers. And Rodgers will pick up 2 yards. And Houston does not call their final timeout. We can bring this down to 44 seconds. And then call timeout. And that's what we're going to... if we do that, though. No, we're not going to do that. Cancel. Slow down. Actually, you know what? We're going to do that. It's a smart play. We're going to let the clock go down to 44 seconds. Call timeout. 44 seconds left in the game. 2nd and 8. Again, we're going to go with a 3 tight end set. The lone back behind Manning is Jimmy Rodgers. And we have run safe, stay in bounds. Rodgers will get the ball on the off tackle right. And there goes Rodgers, brought down by Brazil, gain of 2. Clock is running. They will not call timeout. And ball game is over. The New Orleans Saints have upset the Houston Oilers 28-16. The 1-15 Saints defeat the Houston Oilers, and they're moving to the Sweet 16. The Oilers are out. Our next play-in game, I'll give it to you quickly. And when we get to the Sweet 16, I'll have the brackets set. Our next play-in game, we probably will play it tomorrow, maybe, will be Atlanta against Seattle. So Atlanta is the top seed out of the NFC for a play-in game, and Seattle. So Atlanta was 12-4, and they'll be playing Seattle in Atlanta, who are 4-12. It could be the Jets too, though. They're both 4-12, but the way Football Reference, when I set the parameters, they give Seattle the worst team. They're both stinky teams. It doesn't matter. But it'll be Seattle. So Seattle will be traveling to, who did I say? Atlanta. That's our next playing game. That will be our next playing. It could change. I might want to play a different type of playing game, but I think we'll do that. Seattle and Atlanta next from Atlanta. All right, let's go to the box score. That was a real huge upset, as New Orleans scored 28 points in the first half, were shut out in the second half, but they win by 12, 28-16. Archie Manning, player of the game. Let's go box score. And let's bring that up. Hope everyone enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. And let's go box score. There we go. And before we go to the box score, I'd like to say thank you to the people who joined me in the chat. What's Blazing in Sports? That's T-Dub. Check out that wonderful boxing channel. The original Grognard, wonderful military and sports channel. Mostly military, but he does have sports. Thank you very much, my friend, Devin. Thank you to Clinton Parks. Hope you feel better. And take care of yourself and check out that wonderful channel, Retro Sports, Baseball. Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming, more retro sports, baseball, soccer, auto racing, boxing. Herb Pilgrim, great friend of the channel. William Fergazzi and Mrs. Fergazzi, thank you very much. Bubba Husky was listening from work. Greatly appreciate that. Alan Shaw, our good friend from across the pond in the UK, thank you. And I think I got RNGIDP with Craig, baseball and soccer on that channel, Retro Sports. Thank you very much, Craig. Check him out, RNGIDP. So a huge upset here. We did a great job. As Bubba Husky says, thanks, Al. I had my game plan in my head all day at work, how I was going to play this game. I know it's only a game, but it's fun to play and win. Everyone's like, life's short. Enjoy the stuff you like to do. So, all right, let's go through this really quick, as it's 1:05 a.m., and I got to go to work in about 4 hours. So who cares, though? I had fun. All right, go back to here. And let's just go through the scoring quick. New Orleans scored twice in the first quarter. The first touchdown came at the 13:06 mark. Manning, 11-yard pass to Chandler. Ricardo made the extra point, and it was 7-0. Then at the 10:33 mark, after an Earl Campbell fumble, Manning, 11-yard pass to Galbraith, Ricardo kick, 14-0. Houston would get on the board with 2:36 to play in the first quarter on a Tony Frisch 23-yard field goal, 14-3 Saints. The Saints would come right back in the second quarter at the 10:43 mark. Another touchdown pass by Manning, a 10-yarder to Mutai. Ricardo kick, 21-3. Houston would kick a field goal just before the half at 2:32 mark. First 34-yard field goal, 21-6. New Orleans would answer back with 23 seconds left. Manning throws a 35-yard touchdown pass to the legend Tinker Owens, and its extra point was good by Ricardo. It was 28-6. Houston would score the final 10 points of the ball game. A field goal in the third quarter at the 4:45 mark. A touchdown at the 4:45 mark. Rob Carpenter, who rushed for over 100 yards, had a touchdown run of 12 yards in the first kick. It was 28-13. They would tack on a field goal at the 13:52 mark of the fourth quarter. Frisch hit his third field goal from 35 yards out, and it was 28-16. Benny Ricardo would miss 2 field goals down the stretch to make it sort of interesting. You got to keep that in mind now, how close he missed his 70% chance of a field goal he missed the first time, and the other one wasn't as much, but it was like, 60-something? So we have to keep that in mind. I will be coaching the Saints once again because they are the lowest seed possible. And again, I coach all the lower seed teams, and no matter what, the Patriots. So, and I'm sure the Sim Engine will take revenge on me in the next game. So that's that. Let's quickly go to the player stats. Archie Manning, player of the game, 14-24, had a huge first half, but 14-24, 229 yards, no picks, 4 touchdowns, and 2 big runs from the quarterback position. His quarterback rating, 130. Ken Stabler, 16-32, 137 yards, 4 interceptions. His quarterback rating, 22. Leading rusher for the Saints, Rodgers, 16 for 46 yards. And Carpenter, 18, 115 yards, 6.4 yards a carry and a touchdown. Campbell, 13 for 60 yards and 4.6, but he had that fumble. I think that was on a dump down pass because I don't see fumble here. But there was a turnover. Leading receiver for the Saints, Harris, 2 for 81 in yardage. Receptions, Chandler, 5 for 53. Catching touchdown passes, Manning spread the wealth. He had 4 different receivers. Chandler, Galbraith, Mutai, and Tinker Owens all had touchdown catches. There were no touchdown passes for the Oilers. Let's go defensive numbers real quick. Sacks. Oilers got sacked Manning twice. And that was Brazil and Bethea. Leading tackler was Bingham for the Oilers. He had 9 tackles. Then Brazil with 8. The Saints had no sacks, and the leading tackler, they had 4 gentlemen with 7 tackles. Mathis, Weimer, Ray, Bordlin, and Bordlin, Ray, Weimer, and Mathis, excuse me. They might not have had any sacks, but they had 4 pickoffs. Myers had 2. And he's actually co-player of the game with 6 tackles and 4 deflections from his defensive back position. Marshall had 1, and Brown had 1. Team stats. New Orleans had 15 first downs, Houston 20. New Orleans rushed for 89 yards and 29 carries. Houston 175 yards and 32 carries. Again, the passing, 14 of 24 for 229 for New Orleans, 4 touchdown passes, no picks. The Oilers, 16 of 32, 137, and 4 picks. We already know about the sacks. There was 1 fumble. Each team had a fumble. This is how a 1-15 team defeats an 11-5 team. 6 turnovers. Houston turned the ball over 6 times. New Orleans, none, though they did miss 2 field goals. Time of possession, 27 minutes and 9 seconds for New Orleans, 32 minutes and 51 seconds. The only stat that counts, the score. And we'll go back to the drive summary and leave that up. Oh, no, not that. The scoring summary. And the score in our first play-in game, advancing to the Sweet 16, the 1-15 New Orleans Saints, in a shocking upset, they travel to Houston and defeat the 11-5 Houston Oilers 28-16. Archie Manning, and co-player of the game with Myers, as Manning threw for 4 touchdown passes at 229 yards on 14 completions. And Myers had 2 picks, 4 deflections, and 6 tackles. 6 tackles, 4 deflections, 2 picks. That's the ball game, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Till next time. And we actually made pretty decent time. 2:18. Health and happiness. Till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Watch out when you're going over the middle. Peace.